So hi there, my name is Anna. I'm with VSAC, and today I'm talking with Larissa Stride, who's going to tell you all a little bit more about the work that she does. So Larissa, I'll have you start by telling us your name, your job, well, Larissa, but tell us your job and where you work.
So hi, like she said, my name is Larissa. I work at the Howard Center at one of the residential facilities that they have. Um, what is the other?
Job title.
Oh, so I'm a residential assistant. I work with 6 individual ladies who all live in this one household, and I caretake for them.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about your educational background and how you ended up in this job?
I can. So I went to Johnson State College, now known as Northern Vermont University, um, and I studied psychology. I have a bachelor's degree in that, and through that I learned about like developmental disabilities as well as mental health disorders, and a lot of those items play a role in what I do at my job.
Nice. What is your favorite thing about your job?
Definitely being able to connect with the ladies, and make their lives better. They, I, all of the ladies that I work with have varying levels of physical and mental, like shortcomings. 3 of the ladies that I have are wheelchair bound. They're unable to like physically wash themselves or like feed themselves, so we have to do that for them. So just being able to help them in that manner just makes it unbelievably satisfying, like being able to give back to someone a part of their life that they would otherwise not be able to control is really rewarding.
That's great. What are some of the things that you find the most challenging about your work?
So it is definitely kind of a mental taxing job. Like the job work itself is not the biggest struggle, but like there's some residents there that need that extra little bit of mental like stability. Like there's one client who I work with who continuously repeats like the same questions over and over and over again, and like I am like understanding completely that that is part of her mentality and that's like part of her diagnosis. It's still just like that mental taxation that you're doing the same thing every single day, like answering the same questions
Mhm.
in like day in and day out. So it's just like it's not physically strenuous, but it is definitely mentally strenuous.
Yeah. Thanks. Can you walk us through what a typical day looks like for you?
Yeah. So I get there at 8 o'clock. Um, I work a 10-hour shift. So I get there at 8, and then usually we're feeding the ladies around 8, 9. And then we also give the medications between 7 and 9. So we would do that. And then usually the ladies sleep for a little bit longer, until we start getting 2 of the ladies up for showers. We shower them and dress them. These are the 2 that are wheelchair bound and are unable to do that themselves. Um, we get them ready for the day, and then by that time it's usually around lunchtime, and we start preparing the meals. We feed the ladies that cannot feed themselves and make sure that everything is proportional, like health wise, good portions. And then between 1 and 1:30, 2 o'clock ish is usually a break time for us staff to eat our own meals. And then throughout the afternoon, we either have like appointments or like outings that we bring the ladies on. And
Yeah.
we have a handicap van that we can get the ladies that are in the wheelchairs up and out of the house. And then between 3:30, 4 o'clock ish is when we start dinner. And then again, we also have like 1 or 2 staff dedicated to making the dinner and the meals for the
Mhm.
ladies. And we portion out meal portion sizes that are healthy for them as well. And then throughout the entire day, we're doing laundry for all of the ladies. And it's just a really great time.
Nice. What do you think would make someone a good fit for this type of work if they're considering it?
Definitely having a caring mindset. It takes a lot to put yourself into a position where you're caring for someone. You have to have a strong stomach as well, at least in the position that where I am, because we have some clients who have physical, like you're dealing with a person's physical care, meaning when they go to the bathroom, you're wiping their butts. When you have to empty their ostomy ports, like you have to be able to go into that situation and let that person know that you're giving them their entire dignity. Like they can't do it for themselves anymore. You're stepping into that role and saying, I'll do this for you. I care about you and I'm going to do that for you. So definitely like
Mhm.
strong stomach, strong heart, just going for it.
That's great. If a student's interested in this kind of work, is there anything that you would recommend that they do right now to explore it, like volunteer work or classes or projects or part-time jobs?
So this line of work, because of HIPAA certifications, HIPAA is like personal information you cannot release to other people. Um, you would have to do like actually get into the line of work if you would want to do this job. There are part-time options such as like subbing positions, and then you could also do an internship.
Mhm.
Um, where like you would be working either paid or unpaid, and you would be in the field working.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
And what kind of education or training do you think that they might want to consider down the road if they were interested in this?
Social work is a good field to get into, but I don't have a social work degree, but I have a psychology degree, and just through that I have a lot of connections of like what I work with on a regular basis. Like I was saying, like DBT skills and learning about developmental disabilities as well as mental disabilities. It just prepares you for what you will be working with and seeing in this kind of situation. Um, I personally worked at the Lamoille County Mental Health before I worked up here at the Howard Center, and I worked with mental health individuals down there. And that prepared me for this job here because I went from really high anxiety job
Mhm.
to really low key,
Mhm.
honestly.
Mhm.
And just having that like foundation, I was able to handle what I was tossed into here at the Howard Center a lot better.
Nice. That's great. Anything else you would want to share with students about your work or your journey?
Um, it is ridiculously rewarding. If you have the heart for it, absolutely 100% do it. Um, I will I will complain about it every now and then because like obviously everybody complains about their own job, but more often than not, I come home from my job and I tell my boyfriend about the amazing things that my client did that day. Like my client the other day, like one of my clients, she is wheelchair bound and she can't really speak very well. But she has the funniest sense of humor anybody could ever meet, and she enjoys blowing bubbles in her milk. Um, and she isn't able to pronounce my name correctly, so she calls me Lassie, and it's just a really rewarding opportunity to work with people, and I 100% like like encourage people to take
Mhm.
this job opportunity.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate having you
Yeah.
speak to students.